Do you have any insight on why the New Zealand Sauv Blanc is better than anything else?
So I'm just gonna go off. I don't have the insight, but I have experience insight.
Okay.
So I've had Sauv Blanc from California at my house.
Yeah.
And then I've had New Zealand.
Yeah.
And nobody drinks the ones from California.
Okay.
I mean, if I drink the ones, if you put two in front of me, we probably should have done this little taste test. I guarantee.
Let's do it.
I guarantee I put out the
Tabor.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
They are.
Okay.
They're pretty close, but.
Shit. Okay. I mean, both times I think the left's definitely the Sauv Blanc.
They're both Sauv Blanc.
No, the New Zealand.
The New Zealand?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, that's
really?
the California one. This is the New Zealand.
You're fucking kidding me.
No, I'm not.
Welcome to the MNO Show with Danny Lampert.
Cheers.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Yep.
So, first time at Tarantula Hill, I'm guessing, right?
First time today.
Awesome. So, you grew up here, Thousand Oaks, is that right?
Born and raised, TO, through and through.
So, Thousand Oaks High School.
So, I went Wildwood, Redwood, Thousand Oaks High School.
Nice.
Went to the military, came right back.
Okay. What'd you do in the military?
I was a Air Force firefighter.
And that's what brought you into the firefighting element of your life.
Well, no, not exactly. So my grandfather, he's retired LA City firefighter. My dad, he actually just retired. He was Ventura County. He did about 30 years. So I guess that was, what I was supposed to do.
Yeah. So firefighter, and then you do real estate as well, right?
Real estate too, yeah. That came on a little later, but yep.
How'd you get into that?
Real estate. So after I got out of the military, I was, I had met my wife before that, but so she got into real estate. I was a firefighter, and then it was just she was in it for about 2-3 years, and then I was working. So the fire department. So got out in the Air Force. I was a firefighter, and then I got out and I worked as a federal firefighter on the Air Force base as a civilian.
Okay.
And the dream was always to get on a city department, like my grandpa and my dad.
Right.
So then, at that time, I was still just didn't get to that goal yet, and Marissa got into real estate, and then.
Is it hard to get on like a city firefighter?
You know what? Believe it or not, it really is. When I took my first test for LA County, it was 30,000 applicants.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So.
I can't believe there's that many people that apply for that.
I think now it's not as much, but okay. when the time that I was going through, and that was I was looking to do, it was competitive. I mean, even the job that I landed now, where I'm at. Oxnard Fire Department, there was 6 people, probably 3,000 applicants, going for 6 spots.
Oh, wow.
So
that's crazy.
That is insanely competitive. It's crazy.
So how long have you been doing firefighting then?
So when I was 19, went into the Air Force firefighter, and now I'm 41, so going on, 21 years?
Okay.
22 years.
That's awesome. and then the real estate stuff came up. So you guys practice. Do you have a group here, like in Thousand Oaks, and that you guys have an area of focus, or?
Yeah. So my wife's been in. She originally started in commercial real estate. When she just got out of college, and this was before the 2008 crash. She was working for a broker. Life was good. She was doing well, getting her stuff going, and then boom, 2008 happened, and it went from, her making 90,000 a year to like 7,000. So it took a big, toll. So then, she jumped into residential just right after that, and I was still a firefighter, doing that and working construction. Years later, where I started working for Oxnard, just came to a point where, for us, I've had an interest in real estate. So then she would go to these events in Vegas, and she would see these guys, and she was like, these guys are just crushing it. I know you like real estate, and you would do well. You would crush it. So, I was like, what, let's go for it. So I left doing construction, went into real estate, and haven't looked back.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You still do firefighter work as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah, so fortunately with, being a firefighter, our schedule, we work 24-hour shifts, and we're there for 10 days a month. So I got 20 other days to, focus on, real estate. And
those 10 days when you're there, you guys just lift weights, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what it seems like, because we train with a lot of firefighters.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're all super mega
ripped.
strong.
Yeah.
So are you guys eating something?
Do you do 10 days consecutive and then 20 days consecutive?
No. So it's 24 on, so 1 day on, 1 day off, 1 day on, 1 day off till we work 4 days, and then we get 4 days off. So it's a rotation, and then ends up with those 10 days. But
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting. And then, so answer the question. That's all you guys do is lift weights.
I mean, that's what we're paid to do, right? We're almost we're like professional athletes. We're supposed to work out. So
yeah.
I mean, for me, if I'm going to work and I get 2 hours in the morning to work out and be paid for it, of course I'm going to work out.
Right.
And, so I mean, that's where it started, but now it's for different reasons.
Right.
Yeah.
Modeling. Should we do this wine?
Yeah, let's do this wine.
Oh, hell yeah.
You're out of drink.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
All right, let's talk about.
Here, I can take that one and this one.
Let's talk about
How I made you a bunch of money.
New Zealand Sauv Blanc.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that too. So let's talk about New Zealand Sauv Blanc. This one is called. Oh,
that's
geez.
a heavy pour. Thank
Sorry,
you.
this is Tohu.
Okay.
It's the New Zealand ones for us, like as far as like what's in distribution or whatever. Or, our choices are somewhat limited, but this one's really good.
Now, you recommended this, or you brought it in, or how did this come about?
I mean, I'm the originator of Sauv Blanc in Tarantula Hill.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes, this is true.
Right?
Yeah. So what got you into what how did you get hip to New Zealand Sauv Blanc?
Oh shoot! How did I get hip to New Zealand Sauv Blanc? I can't remember who turned me on to it, so I don't know exactly. I can't just put it in a moment, because I haven't always been this wine drinker or whatever. And this is, we're talking when this started, probably 7 years ago. So, I'm 33. But yeah, so somebody turned me on to New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. And it was, I'm like, normally I'm like a beer drinker and, I'll have some cocktails or whatever. But so I forgot who said it, but I got turned on to this New Zealand Sauv Blanc. And I'm like, this is actually really good. It's easy to drink.
Yeah.
It's crisp. It tastes good.
Yeah.
And then I started, asking around, bringing it to my house. And people are like, oh yeah, I love New Zealand Sauv Blanc. And so it turned into this thing because that was all of a sudden that's all I'm drinking now is Sauv Blanc. And people come to my house, they know I would have it. I mean, mostly, there's not many guys that are drinking this kind of wine, right?
Yeah.
So I'm drinking this with the wives at my house or my wife's friends and stuff like that. And it just became, something that I was like, this is great.
Yeah. I think maybe the first time, I think you guys were here for Marissa's birthday.
Uh-huh.
And you were like, you asked about it, if we had it, and I was like, no, I don't know. I know nothing about this.
Yeah.
And then I think we went to a party at your house, and you had a bunch at your house, and we were drinking it.
Yeah. I totally remember that.
And then you were basically like, next time I come back, you better have some of this wine in there. And so we went and we got it, and then we've had it ever since.
So
Sell well?
What's that?
Does it sell well?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we sell tons of this. People love it.
So
Yeah.
here's the
I mean, we really, like, for a long time, this was the only Sauv Blanc that we had in a bottle. So I don't know if people, were, like, seeking out the New Zealand Sauv Blanc or whatever, but that's what we were given.
Yeah.
That was the only taste. I think we have another Sauv Blanc on draft. That's I have not been able to find one from New Zealand you can get in kegs.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so
it's elite.
yeah.
Elite
So we
stuff.
just sell it by the bottle. But yeah, we've sold tons of it. Like people totally love it. Yeah.
Well,
for sure.
I remember when I was talking to you about it because, I do drink beer, but I'm not a huge IPA guy.
Yeah.
And not many women that I know, besides my wife, loves IPAs.
Yeah.
So, give something to the ladies who,
Yeah.
will drink it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. My experience from it, that's why I was telling you, anybody that comes to my house and I'm drinking Sauvignon Blanc, the guys aren't drinking it,
Right.
but it's the ladies.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, they're stoked to come to Danny's. He's got Sauvignon Blanc on tap almost, So that's why I thought, I was thinking, not everybody wants to just drink IPAs or
Yeah.
whatever, so.
No, that was sound advice.
Yeah.
For sure. Do you have any insight on why the New Zealand Sauv Blanc is better than maybe? I would imagine, there's probably Sauv Blanc from California.
Yep.
I don't know where. I'm not aware of it like being like a big thing in France or whatever. I don't know where that grape really comes from, but like, what do you have any insight on why New Zealand over like anything else?
So I'm just gonna go off. I don't have the insight, but I have experience insight.
Okay.
So I've had Sauv Blanc from California at my house,
Yeah.
and then I've had New Zealand,
Yeah.
and nobody drinks the ones from California.
Okay.
So it's just, you're drinking it. It's just really easy, crisp.
Yeah.
It has a good taste, and it's a liking. If I drink the ones, if you put two in front of me, we probably should have done this little taste test. I guarantee.
Let's get it.
Let's do it.
I guarantee I put out the.
Tabor,
I'll figure it out.
can you do me a favor? Can you grab me 3 Sauv Blancs off draft?
Oh,
Yes,
shit,
sir.
You have 3?
No, I mean 3, one for each of us. 3 Savi Bs. Yes, we're doing a taste test.
Yeah. Shit. That's what I'm saying. I
right.
will. If you have
You're
California
gonna do a
one,
blind taste test. You're gonna
Take
close
that
your
away
eyes.
now.
Yeah.
Take that away right
Oh,
now.
shit.
Okay. Pull this back.
All right.
Yeah.
You're gonna close your.
Yeah. So you're gonna find out right now if I'm full of shit or not.
Okay.
But I think it will be
Putting
it'll
the
be
fire,
a no-brainer.
putting the firefighter into the fire right here.
Yes,
You're in the
we
hot
are.
seat.
Yeah.
You were in the hot seat. This is gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
You gotta cleanse his palate. Get
Oh.
some pizza.
That's true.
Do you want
All
some
right.
pizza?
Sure.
All right. Yeah, we have
Where's
yeah,
Marissa's?
good
I
call.
thought she wanted pizza or something.
She ordered a pizza, but she's out there being a social butterfly.
She's partying.
Yeah.
She need. Yeah. She needs to eat before her
Yeah.
podcast.
Exactly.
No, just keep her drinking and then we'll put her
she
on.
didn't eat, and she's having she's 6 cocktails
Oh
deep.
shit!
Okay, close your eyes, because just in case there's a difference in the color.
All right, my eyes are closed.
Okay. Eyes are closed. Okay, cool. All right, so.
I'll let you.
Fuck.
All right, we're gonna cleanse the palate first.
Keep it close.
Okay.
Hold on.
You just do that on the floor.
Oh,
You could have put it
he's got
into
a
your cup.
bucket over there.
Oh, is there a bucket?
Okay.
Am I still keep my eyes closed?
Oh, wait,
or-
give him a piece of pizza first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the pizza?
Okay.
Hold on. Here.
Okay, you can open your eyes now.
Okay.
Yeah, and here's your plate.
All right. Thank you.
John's gonna feed you the pizza. You keep your eyes closed.
Oh. Your pizza is delicious, by the way.
Thank you. This is the Howley pizza. It's our version of like a Hawaiian.
Napkin?
Oh, you didn't get any napkins? There you go.
Do you
That was
have
good.
an opinion on whether or not pineapple should be allowed on pizza? Some people have a big.
Oh, absolutely. Who doesn't like a fucking Hawaiian pizza? If you don't, you got problems.
Okay.
And
There
cut.
you go. Yeah, that's a good clip.
This is my son's favorite pizza.
ahead.
He like orders
Okay.
it
All right.
almost every time he works.
I'm actually really so pineapple on pizza is 100% a go.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
100
Okay.
on it.
Okay.
He's 100.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
didn't
There
hear?
was,
Okay.
there was zero hesitancy in his
Yeah.
voice. Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm a little nervous of this taste
Okay.
test because I was like talking like I knew my stuff. So
Yeah. Let's see. No.
I'm gonna start with
I-
this one on the right.
Okay. I'm gonna
Okay.
go. We're going with you. I don't know if you changed it or not, but
You know which order. I kind of lost track once I sent them to you.
I don't know about yours, but
Oh, I'm fine.
Oh, I already fucking know, dude. All right, I'm gonna try the one on the left now.
okay.
Maybe that was that pizza spice. I don't know, but oh shit. You know, I did just have a jalapeno. So give me a sec.
Okay. Give us
Yeah,
a
yeah. You can take more than
Take
one
a
sip,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you can't have more than 3.
Okay.
That's the one on the right.
Mhm.
They are.
Okay.
They're pretty close, but
Shit. Okay. I
Yours
mean,
is the same order,
both
right?
times I think the left's definitely the Sauv Blanc.
they're both Sauv Blanc.
No, the New Zealand.
The New Zealand.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, that's
Really?
the California one. This is the New Zealand.
You're fucking kidding me.
No, I'm not.
So obviously I don't know why.
Try it again. Try it again. See if you, I mean, like
I
maybe.
mean,
I will tell you that that we've done the stuff that we have on draft. The stuff that we have on draft,
all right.
we've
I see what you're
we've
saying
been
now.
somewhat meticulous about. Like, this is a really good Sauv Blanc.
So I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, let's
I
blame
mean,
it on the jalapeno.
no excuses,
sure.
but my mouth is still fucking on fire.
It's cooked.
So that was a bad
Yeah.
cleanse. Normally they give you water.
Yeah.
a piece of bread. No, here, eat some
Here.
jalapeno pizza.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'm gonna film you screw this up.
Here's
Yeah.
your palate cleanser.
So,
jalapeno.
Anyways,
Normally,
doesn't matter. I've
Did you consider?
I've witnessed it.
Did you consider trying to figure out which one seemed colder?
I didn't. But anyways,
I was like trying to figure out like, is there any other way that we
how's
could,
the Sauv Blanc selling, by the way? The New Zealand.
great.
Great seller.
It's a great seller.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all matters.
Yeah.
And you know what? Now, after the people have seen you talk about it, it's going to sell even more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
we've been waiting 4 years for your pitch.
Yeah. I mean, of course. And then the guy who's selling the pitch picks the wrong one, has a fucking jalapeno. But yeah, most California Sauv Blancs I have
Yeah.
have like almost a taste of a Chardonnay. It's got a little butter and this and
Yeah.
that. So these two they're cold, you know.
These two are very comparable.
They're
I mean,
very
there's-
comparable.
It's really, I mean, I didn't have jalapeno, and right when I sipped them
Yeah,
both, I was like,
you're
oh
like,
man,
oh, fuck.
this is going to be hard
Yeah.
because they're very close. I mean, I would
Oh.
say
I'm still on
I would
fucking
say
fire.
that like, what's that? Your mouth's still on fire.
Yeah, still.
Sorry to do that to you. It's actually Marissa's fault. She ordered the pizza.
I know, she loves that shit. Now she's out there fucking partying.
Oh, I didn't know that was your pizza. I just had a piece of bacon off of it. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I
Have
apologize.
a piece. We
Oh.
got it, so you can. Get more. There is a pretty subtle
You
difference.
eat all those?
No, I'm
I thought you were
taking
taking them off just to eat them, all the jalapenos at one time.
There's a subtle difference, but it's not. The difference in this one doesn't make it bad. It's just different.
Yeah.
And they're both really good.
They both are.
Yeah. So, I am not mad at you.
Now you have a
I think-
fallback if you can't get your New Zealand.
Yeah, exactly. If you can't get New Zealand, you can get the J-Lore and you'd be happy.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, this
I
is
know.
tasty. These are both tasty.
I mean, I was just trying to sell your fucking Sauv Blanc so hard, it just failed.
It's all good.
You just wanted to sell them both,
Yes.
you know?
So you got two good ones. Maybe you can use that. This guy thought he was a fucking expert. And you got these two wines that are
Two
delicious.
bomb-ass Sauv Blancs here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanna ask a question
Yeah.
on the firefighting stuff. So did you work the fires when
Yeah.
what was that like? Like how close were you to the fire?
Yeah, so kind of crazy. God, which one was it? Thomas? No. Woolsey. So we had the Woolsey fire. And no, Thomas was first though, right?
I think Thomas was first, right?
Yeah.
I get them
remember
mixed
which
up
It
one.
was
now.
Thomas and Woolsey.
Woolsey
so,
was the Agura one,
yeah. So
and
we'll
then Thomas
start.
was on the north side.
Thomas was Santa Paula.
Yeah.
Then
Ventura.
which one?
Thomas is Ventura, Santa
Yeah.
Paula.
Was
Yeah.
that first or?
Yeah, I think, and then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Thomas Fire. So Thomas Fire. I'm actually sitting at home, and it's like Santa Ana day, and that's the thing. You're in California now. If you got a Santa Ana day and it's hot,
You can expect a fire.
there's gonna be a fire somewhere. It just matters how big it's
Right.
gonna get, right?
Yeah.
So we're sitting there at home, and a fire pops off, a couple fires pop off, and I'm looking. So I live in Thousand Oaks, and I have a view of like the, you can see the mountain range that's like coming from Santa Paula, and so we get out there, and I'm looking, and I'm like, oh shoot, this thing is actually moving. Like this fire is moving, and I can see it. And I get this recall from, our fire department, all hands on deck type thing. Everybody, if you're available, come in. And I'm like, all right. So I'm sitting there with, Marissa, my two girls, my mother-in-law lives with us. And I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. Like this, I got to get going. So kind of just gave them a quick rundown if it comes this way, what to do. But anyway, so I take off in my POV, and I'm like, okay, the freeway's jammed. 101 heading north, that ain't happening. I'm trying to get to Oxnard. So then I head down. I'm like, okay, I'll go the back way. I'll go down, Potrero, which ends up running along the PCH. That way. I'll come through that way. And that was freaking jammed. They're like, nope, you ain't getting through. So literally, I couldn't even get there. We already had, a bunch of guys, initial action going out. And then, I don't know, I kind of just waited, I think I waited a few hours till earlier out, like 4 o'clock or something. So I ended up finally being able to get out there. And then, we got out there. And so I'm sitting there at the station. Everyone's already, it's not like they wait for us to get there. Everyone's already gone. So we're just kind of backfilling Oxnard, and so the night passes, and I remember sitting at this. We were at the fire station, and the guys that were on that fire that night, they came in, and they were just kind of just rehabbing and getting back out there. I look at these guys, and this is the sick part of, firefighting. We have kind of a little sick sense of humor. But I look at these guys, and the first thing I said, I'm like, you guys just got cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And joking, I mean, it's funny to us or whatever, but these guys look like, I mean, their nostrils were just like filled with blackened, and I'm like, you guys look like fucking hell.
Yeah.
And anyways, yeah, they were telling us they were up in Ventura, just trying to protect whatever they could, and it was like structure fire, street fire, all this stuff, just and no chance of them doing. I mean, they did what they could, but he's like, dude, it was like war.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So we ended up the next day. Then I ended up getting assigned out to the Thomas fire, and I mean, as you guys, know, that thing lasted for about 3 weeks, and even the next day when we got out there, we ended up in like so Marissa, I was like, yep, we're heading out. So my wife, and so we're in TO, and so she's getting evacuated, and she's like, we're heading to Palm Springs. I'm like, good, go, take the dogs, girls, go. And which was honestly pretty cool, because I was heading out and I wasn't going to be home till who knows when, and to have her like be like somewhere like safe and didn't have to like think about that was cool. But yeah, so we ended up out there, and I think we ended up in Westlake and then LA County, and then 2 weeks of just being out there. It was just seeing that in our own. I've been on plenty of fires, but being in this one started out in Ventura County.
Yeah. What's it like when you're that close to the fires?
Okay, so most of the time we're out in these like wildland fires, it's kind of just, unless you're out there in the initial response, that's when it typically gets to where you can be like in the intense situation. But generally, if you don't get out there right away on the initial response, you're kind of just, protecting this neighborhood, protecting that neighborhood.
Got it. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But this one was crazy because, I even got out there a day later, after that. But that fire just, it went from damn Santa Paula, to Santa Barbara County.
Yeah.
So, it gets, we had a couple situations where, it dipped into neighborhoods where we're in, and it can get intense for sure,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was crazy. I remember those. We were. What year was that? That was 20.
Oh, geez. Don't ask me years. My memory is
2018.
Seems about right.
So we were building this.
Oh, the Somerset.
No, we were building the brewery.
This. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
We were building the brewery, and I remember I came in one day. We were standing on the back, and the day after Borderline had happened, the Borderline tragedy. And it was like, you could just feel it. It was thick,
Yeah.
And then it was like, what the fuck, it was just so much to digest. And then the next day was the fire to the north.
Really?
Yeah.
That's right.
They were close. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
And then we were like, oh my god! Like I remember standing out back again, because we were kind of like,
Yeah.
there was so much construction going on here at that time. Like we kind of had a base camp set up out in the back, seeing the smoke up there. And then the next day, the smoke over there, and it was like, it really felt like the world was coming to an end.
Yeah.
Like we were like, there was so much pressure on getting this place going, where it was like, we're not going to be able to open.
Yeah.
Like the world's over.
Right.
It was like we were surrounded by fire and smoke and
December 2017.
2017.
December.
Okay, then that's different because
you're
Borderline was November.
You're talking about the fires around like the 405, that area, right? That's not Thomas.
That wasn't the Thomas fires?
No, Thomas. That was what were the ones after the major?
Woolsey.
Woolsey. It must have been Woolsey.
Yeah, that's probably
That's where Thousand Oaks got
'Cause
evacuated.
Borderline was November 7th, I believe was. So, and that would have been 2018.
2018, November 7th, 2018.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not.
And then there was 2 big fires within days of that. You're right. You're right. The one to the south was the 405 one. It was not the one that went into like Agora and stuff. Yeah, and then I guess it was.
Yeah, I can't even fucking remember. Dude.
Yeah, it was like a year later.
Yeah.
And then
which is which?
And Marie and me were looking. We started looking, and that's roundabout way, right? So Nelson, who's Marissa's brother, I've known him since high school.
Did you guys go to high school together?
Yeah.
Okay. T.O.
High School. Yep.
Okay. But you went into
What's that?
OPM after that? Is that what?
I left here. I left Thousand Oaks when I was, I think, 20. I moved to Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
And then I lived in LA for 30 years. And then this thing came up. And so then we were like, initially I was like, I'm commuting from LA to here. I bought an electric car. I thought it was big smart. I was like, yeah, this is going to work. We're out to move to LA.
Oh, could I?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got to interrupt you. I want to say it's the beginning, but I'm a TO. I mean, I'm born and raised TO. I was born in Westlake Hospital. That's not even here anymore.
Yeah.
But I did want to say thank you to you. Thank you to Ali, the management of Tarantula Hill, because this was something that this community needed.
Yeah.
And I remember, I mean, back in the day, this was, I believe, maybe even before this, you guys bought it, but it was Plumbers. It was a damn furniture place. And so I'm in just getting engaged with my wife, and she's like, yeah, it's time for you to stop being a bachelor and, get some furniture. This is where I got my first bedroom set.
On. That's very cool.
Plumbers.
Yeah.
So, but we appreciate you guys and what you guys do for this community. We really, really needed this. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I'm born and raised, as well. Like, grew up here. And then when the opportunity came up to do this, I was like, oh yeah, this would be great. I never thought I would come back here, after I went to Hollywood. And then Nelson helped us find our house.
That's right, yeah.
That we bought. So I remember when Nelson was showing us houses, we were almost wrapped up, so it was probably almost like a year after those fires we were talking about, but we were going looking, we were looking all over. We were looking at Agura, and I remember like driving up streets and like looking at a house, and the house and like 5 houses across the street were burned to the ground.
Yeah.
And like the house reeked of smoke, and they were trying to get out, and we're thinking like, there's no way these people are selling this house. Like, this house is right. It's fucked for like a long time. I don't know how you're gonna get this.
Gut it.
You're gonna have to gut it, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it was like a great house, great view. Agura's an amazing town, and we were kind of looking at Agura in the beginning. It was like, it'd be cool because we still had like all of our roots in LA, and Marie's family's in LA and all that stuff. So it was, it was closer than like, say, going to the other side, but. Man, those were crazy times,
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh man, we could get a really good deal on this house right now, because the house across the street is literally, to the,
Well, you gutted your house anyways.
We ended up gutting our house anyways. That was not our goal, but yeah, because she was pregnant.
Oh.
Hey, I still haven't been to your house, right?
That's right. I'm waiting until we finish our finish.
Okay.
We've been working on the house for 4 years.
You've been busy.
We've been busy with this. Yes, exactly. We are, obviously Johnny is now 4 years old, and then the brewery's 4 years old. And then we just finished our plans for all the hardscaping, landscaping.
Oh, okay.
We're putting a pool and all that stuff. So in a couple months,
all right,
you are invited.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, not many people have been to our home because it's just it's not done. It's weird. It's like, and it's crazy that it's taken this long.
Yeah.
And like Marie is like every day wants to kill me, and it's a nightmare. But but it is what it is.
Yeah.
We came out. We're like the first thing we told us was like has to be move-in ready. Like that was like Nelson's like, what are your what are the things that you want? We're like,
Yeah, it's on your
move-in
list.
ready, because there's no way we're gonna be able to do a remodel. And then and that was at that time it was like we put in so many offers, and every time we put an offer, sorry, someone came in with cash.
Did you already had your house sold? Or
No, we were keeping our house.
Oh, okay. Do you still have it?
No, we ended up just selling it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we had a condo also in LA, and we sold that so we could buy this house.
Oh, okay.
And we kept the home that we lived in for a while. But yeah, we're like, we had we had money, we had our budget, but literally everyone came in with cash at that time. Is that still a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
kind of
that's
is.
tough, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we put offers in on so many houses,
Yep.
and we lost every time because someone would just come in and just swoop it up with cash.
Yep.
Anyways, and then finally, I think Marissa found, because you guys had a house on Somerset.
Yeah, I lived on it.
You guys lived on Somerset.
Yeah.
And then you guys sold your house to Scott and Tamar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we know them because we're neighbors.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. And then somebody told Marissa that the house that we got was going to go up for sale. So we got.
Oh.
So Nelson was like, "Hey, my sister got an inside scoop. It's not on the market yet. You have a shot at getting it, because he knew like we kept losing every house.
Yeah.
So I can get it. We can get it if we put it. If we buy it before they put it on market, it's going to make your life easier." So I remember going, and like Marie was so over. She's like, "Just go and just fucking buy it." Like, I don't and I was like, I'm standing there with Nelson, and I was like, this house was built in 1968, and they haven't touched it
Yeah.
in the entire time. Like, it's literally falling apart.
Yeah.
And like both of the parents, it was like the parents and they had 4 sons. They all grew up in the house, and the parents both died or whatever. And one of the sons was still living in there, and the other brothers were like evicting him.
Oh, yeah.
And he was a hot mess and just like letting the house fall apart. And it was like, oh my God. But like the location,
The lot is awesome.
the lot's amazing.
Yeah.
And
You got a
like
good
everyone
view.
says, location. It's like,
100%.
And the bones of the house
Yeah, the
must have been
bones,
good.
yeah.
Like the layout's cool,
yeah.
but the view in the back
The
is
view
Yeah.
and the lot. It's a very large lot for Thousand Oaks, definitely in that area, whatever. So it's like,
it's meant to be.
yeah. And I was like on the phone with Maria. I was like, babe, like we're gonna have to tear this house to the studs. And she's like
Yeah.
about to burst having a baby, And I was like, oh my God, I can't
Yeah.
believe we're doing this. And like, I don't know, we just bought it. And it was like crazy.
Are you glad?
I'm glad, yeah. I'll be glad when I can invite my friends over and be
Yeah.
like, hey,
It'd be
like,
nice. Yeah, I'll be glad to.
but yeah, it's it's definitely been a journey. Yeah.
That's cool.
All right. Well,
Yes. Are we? Let's do real quick a tool thing.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Danny does a lot of. He gets on Instagram a lot and like does some very like inspirational. I know mostly what you guys are talking about is like real estate market and stuff like that or whatever, but definitely you have like a lot of like positive mindset and inspirational stuff or whatever. So one of the things that we talk about on the podcast is tool, which I think I mentioned to you, is the theory of overall logic and common sense for younger people that I feel like left out or whatever. We don't need to go that deep into whatever, but something that you can say that is in your kind of daily you know, your daily routine, your daily, you know, whatever you do, whatever that you can attribute to your success.
A tool in your toolbox.
A tool in your toolbox.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, I think most people really look up to people who are firemen, who are, you know, like you work for the people. It's a very admirable job, but also you're a hustler. Like you do 2 jobs. You do, you know.
Yeah.
You bust real estate. You have 2 amazing daughters. Our kids go to school together. Yep. You're an amazing father.
You're about to start jiu-jitsu.
You're about to start jiu-jitsu.
I forgot I said, yeah. Okay.
You guys are pillars, and you and your wife are like a power couple, pillars of the community, all that kind of stuff, or whatever. Like, you know, give a shout out to the younger people who, you know, hopefully are watching this and look up to you, and you know, what's a tool in your toolbox that like you can attribute like every day you do that's like a part of your success.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I mean, thank you for kind words. You know, actually, I mean, out of all the stuff I've done, fire department, you know, real estate investor, honestly, my favorite, what drives me is like personal growth and development. So, you know, that's what really keeps me motivated and growing and all that good stuff. So if I had something to say to younger people, my younger self, you know, first thing, I mean, my number 1 rule that I have for myself is feed my mind every single day. I mean, there's so much negativity in the world. I mean, you got all the news in your pocket, and it's not trying to feed you positivity. It's really trying to, you know, the news is a business, and they want to, you know, make money.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna, you know, when you go buy a newspaper and, you know, they say when it bleeds, it, you know, reads. So if they say this, you know, it's going to be sunny and 95 today, there's not many people going to pick it up. But if they say, hey, you know, it's so hot, we have no clean drinking water, everyone's going to pick it up. So, you know, the stuff that the news puts out is, you know, not always true, and it's for, you know, it's for a business. So as toxic as the world can be with that aspect, I think it's so important to feed and strengthen the mind every single day, and that's something that I do. You know, whether it's reading a book, something positive. I mean, I have a routine that I do every single day, and you know, the first thing I do is when I get up, I read my goals. So instead of like jumping on Instagram or jumping on CNN, I'm going to read my goals, because that's going to, you know, set me in a different path than reading something negative. So, number 1, feed and strengthen your mind every day, because, you know, that's what brings positivity, and that's what brings character, and that's what brings, you know, you to be the best version of you. And then number 2 is you got to feed and strengthen the body every single day, because if you don't have health, you have nothing. So health is number 1, right? I mean, a dying man has one wish. Us who are growing and achieving and trying to do the best we can, we got 1,000 wishes. So if you don't have your health, you have nothing, right? So you got to feed and strengthen your mind every day. Then next thing you got to do, you got to feed and strengthen your body. And then number 3, I wrote it down because I have all 5, but it's not necessarily in order. So is you got to find a role model. You got to find, you know, for me, my role model started, I mean, I've had a lot of role models, but success in personal development, success in business for me has been Tony Robbins. So I found him, even though he has no idea who the hell I am. But
well, until he watches the show.
Yeah. Tag Tony Robbins right here.
Yeah, we'll hashtag you, Tony. Don't worry. So find a mentor. Success leaves clues. You can do whatever you want. John was a musician, and now he owns he's part owner in this Tarantula Hill, who's doing well and being super successful. So, but that took clues. He didn't learn it on his own. The fastest way to success is model someone who's done it before, right? So if you model someone who's done it before, you're going to turn decades into days. Mm-hmm. So whatever it is you're passionate about, just know it takes work. It wasn't easy for you to start this amazing business here in Thousand Oaks. It took a lot of work. Everyone looks at, they see that this guy, or someone is going to be, a success. But when they see the success, they have no idea what, someone has went through. I mean, when you're starting a business, not only you have to have the idea and the courage to do it, then you got to, employ people. You got to raise money to start the business. There's so much into it, right? So find a role model, and then the next thing is you need to. So once you find a role model and you know what to do, you got to take massive action. Massive action is the cure-all for anything.
Tony Robbins massive action plan.
Basically.
Yeah.
It's a Tony Robbins tool.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it,
action plan. That's cool.
If you don't, action creates action. So take massive action. So whatever it is that you're doing, you can be successful if you take the action. If you're not going to take the action, you're not going to get the results.
Yeah.
You have to put the energy out there. I'm telling you, the stuff that you put out there will come back to you tenfold. And then lastly is you got to, give more than you're going to receive. Giving is, the secret to living is giving. And, once, you're serving other people and you're providing value and you're just giving with no expectation, just something in the universe, something in the world it comes to you. You're a good person.
Yeah.
You have integrity.
Yeah.
And you do the right things and you take the action, the world's going to come to you. So anyone can do whatever they put their mind to. I believe that 110%.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely mentorship is something that we talk about a lot, and role models. We haven't really ever talked about that in the aspect like you said, like Tony Robbins. It's an interesting one, like just picking a role model.
I fear picking a specific person because you just never know everything about everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my advice is to pick
pieces.
someone who's dead.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. I like to pick pieces of different people, different things.
Well,
here's
the thing.
But I'm a big Tony Robbins fan.
Are you?
Oh yeah, I like his stuff. That stuff's good.
So I followed him, and
he's superhuman.
He
seems awesome.
Literally went into I sell residential real estate, but then I read a book about doing multi-family syndications and apartment syndications of putting groups of people together, and I knew nothing about it, but the first thing I did was I found a role model that I paid to teach me. So instead of me taking 5 years, 2 years to learn what to do, I learned it in 6 months to how to put together a real estate syndication, and I've already done the work.
Done it.
Put in the work. So it's like, that's what he's saying. Success leaves clues. People who are successful, you guys are successful. You guys are willing to teach people what you learn, right? It kind of feels good.
That's why we're doing this.
Yeah.
It feels like this is us,
giving back.
Giving back,
it really
and getting
is.
people around in this table and let's have a couple of drinks and share it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
For
thank
sure.
you.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being on the show.
Yep.
Thank you. We're cheersing with
Cheers.
whatever's left. I got some. I got some soft. Let me do soft.
I don't even know
One more
what the
time.
Sauv Blanc is. Remember, I don't know.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much, Danny.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.